Have you ever felt it? That constant barrage of pings, the email count just steadily climbing, and that sinking feeling.
Yeah.
No matter how many you answer, more just appear.
Oh, absolutely.
It really does feel like your inbox is, I don't know, a bottomless pit? Or like a digital hydra, You chop one head off.
And 2 more grow back. Exactly.
It's more than just annoying, isn't it? It's like this relentless source of stress, a huge drain on your time.
Constantly distracting you. You feel buried.
Yeah, buried, like you can never actually catch up.
And, you're absolutely not imagining it. The data, well, it paints a pretty stark picture, backs that feeling right up.
Okay.
So the average person gets over 100 emails every single day.
100? Wow.
Yeah, think about it. That's a new message landing, every 5 to 10 minutes? And then we check our email. Get this. An average of 77 times a day.
77 times. That's incredible.
It is. And this isn't just, being busy. This constant interruption leads straight to what we call cognitive overload.
Cognitive overload.
Okay. Yeah. It makes deep focus, real concentration, incredibly difficult. It just fragments your attention all day long. And that hits your efficiency, sure, but also your overall well-being. It's like an attention tax we're all paying.
An attention tax.
Yeah.
I like that. So it's not just about managing emails then, is it? It sounds like it's really about reclaiming our mental peace.
That's exactly it.
So today, in this deep dive, we're going to explore how we actually do that. Not just understand the impact, but equip you, the listener, with real strategies, practical things you can do to take back control of your inbox. Yeah, but really your sanity.
Transforming that feeling of overwhelm into something, calmer. More controlled.
Digital serenity. Let's aim for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's really dig into this first part, the impact. You said it goes beyond annoying pings, dives deep into our health, our psychology.
It absolutely does. Look, this pervasive problem of email overload, it's a huge contributor to stress and burnout. It's almost like a silent epidemic in many jobs. Take physicians, for example. Studies show they can spend up to half their time on admin tasks, desk work. And yeah, email is a massive, often overlooked part of that.
Half their time. That's time not spent with patients.
Precisely. And that administrative burden, the email deluge, it contributes significantly to professional burnout, lower career satisfaction. It's serious.
And I assume it's not just doctors feeling this.
No, not at all. Across professions, the stats show we spend, on average, around 28% of our workday reading and responding to email.
28%?
Oh,
That's more than a full day a week.
It adds up to over 11 hours, yeah. But here's something even more, alarming. Up to 40% of that time can be wasted on internal emails that add basically no value. No value to the business, no value to your actual work.
30% wasted. Wow.
And it's the sheer frequency, the quantity of notifications. It just leads to this massive information overload. It disrupts your workflow constantly, causes real stress, burnout, anxiety. It keeps your brain in this sort of low-level state of alarm.
Yeah. So, okay, connecting this back for you listening right now. That steadily climbing unread number. It's not just a number on a screen.
No.
It's a measurable drain on your time, right?
Yeah.
Your ability to focus deeply, even your peace of mind. It's that invisible tax on your attention you mentioned. And it's costing us a lot.
It really is. In terms of cognitive function, emotional well-being, the price is heavy.
Okay, so that sets the stage, which means the next step is crucial. And you said this is where it gets really interesting. We're talking about a fundamental shift in control. From letting your inbox dictate your day to you dictating your inbox. How do we even start to flip that script? Seems like a big leap.
It does, but it starts with a concept called batching emails. And for many people, this is, almost revolutionary.
Batching. Okay. What is that exactly?
It simply means checking and responding to emails at specific predetermined times during the day, instead of that continuous checking, those constant pings pulling you away.
So being intentional, not reactive.
Yeah. Exactly. You decide when you engage. And for many, the optimal frequency is maybe just 2 or 3 times a day. Once in the morning, maybe again after lunch, and perhaps one final check before you wrap up your workday.
Just 2 or 3 times. Down from 77. That sounds freeing, but also maybe a bit scary for some people.
It can feel that way initially, but the benefits are profound. This strategy, it significantly reduces that cognitive load, that constant task switching. Every time you switch, your brain loses momentum, right? It takes time to re-engage.
Yeah, you lose focus.
Batching cuts down on those costly switches. Fewer distractions mean better focus. And studies actually show you can process the same volume of emails, get this, in about 20% less time.
20% less time. Just by changing when you check.
Just by changing when. It's about dedicated focus versus scattered attention.
20% less time. For someone really struggling, what does that 20% actually feel like? Is that like an extra hour back in your day?
Yep.
Or just less? Franticness?
It absolutely can be an extra hour or more. Imagine gaining that back, not just for more work, but for, strategic thinking, creative stuff, or just taking a proper break without feeling guilty.
Right. Mental real estate freed up.
Exactly. It shifts you from reactive firefighting to being more proactive, more intentional with your day. And look, it doesn't have to be rigid. A more flexible way is maybe aligning your email checks with natural breaks. Say, after you finish a big task, or you use those 15-minute gaps after meetings.
Okay, that makes sense. More adaptable.
Yeah, but it does raise that important question you touched on. Can you really go from checking 77 times a day down to just a few? It really boils down to building a new kind of trust. Trust in yourself that you will get to it at the right time.
Trusting the system and trusting yourself. Okay, and to really cement that control, you mentioned a philosophy, Inbox Zero. I've heard of that.
Yes, Inbox Zero. Merlin Mann coined it back in 2007. And it's often misunderstood. It's not necessarily about having literally zero emails in your inbox all the time. For most people, that's just not realistic or even desirable.
Okay, so what is it about then?
It's about control. The core idea is powerful. A clear inbox is a clear mind. It's about processing emails efficiently so they don't just sit there demanding attention.
A clear mind. That sounds good. What about people whose inboxes are just completely overwhelming right now, like thousands of unread messages?
Right. For that situation, there is a drastic but sometimes necessary first step: email bankruptcy.
Email bankruptcy. Sounds serious.
It kind of is. It means you basically declare defeat on the current backlog. You move all your existing emails from your inbox, maybe even your sent folder, into a new temporary folder. Call it email bankruptcy archive or something.
And just start fresh.
Exactly. Wipe the slate clean. It gives you a fighting chance to build new, healthier habits from day one without the weight of the past. It's a reset button.
A bold move. But I can see how that could be liberating. Okay, so batching. Inbox Zero principles. What about just limiting access altogether, turning things off?
That's foundational. Setting boundaries by limiting access and, crucially, turning off notifications. This one is harder than it sounds for many, but vital.
Why is it so hard, the always-on culture?
That's a huge part of it. It's actually pretty unsettling when you look at the numbers. Many professionals are connected to work email for 13.5 hours or more on weekdays.
13.5 hours.
And about 5 hours on weekends. Think about habits like checking work email before 8 a.m., checking it in bed, checking after 10 p.m.
Guilty as charged sometimes.
Many people are. And get this, 81% of employed Americans check work emails on their days off. We're just constantly tethered. It's exhausting.
Wow, 81%.
But the research is so compelling here. Studies show that when employees are actually prevented from constantly accessing email, like the servers are turned off, after hours, they show longer periods of focused work, much less multitasking. And this is key: significantly less physiological evidence of stress.
Less actual stress in their bodies? Just from not having email access?
Measurably lower stress levels. Just by cutting that digital tether, it's powerful evidence.
That really is fascinating. It suggests maybe the biggest win isn't just better email management, but maybe less email, creating space.
You've hit on a crucial point. It's often about creating a culture, personally, and maybe even organizationally, that values deep work and respects personal time. And some companies have actually put this into practice.
Oh, yeah. Like who? What did they do?
Well, you're right. The insight is powerful. It's fascinating how some companies have tackled this. Remember Eidos Origin, they famously banned internal email completely?
Banned it entirely. How did that work out?
The result: a reported 60% drop in overall messages and, importantly, a measurable boost in productivity. They shifted to other collaboration tools.
Wow, 60%.
Or take Volkswagen. They set their servers to stop routing emails to employees 30 minutes before their shift ends. Creates a mental buffer, helps people disengage. Daimler, for a while, even deleted emails automatically for employees on vacation.
Deleted them.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't come back to a mountain of mail.
Exactly. Now, these are bold examples, but they show the principle. Creating deliberate disconnects can dramatically improve focus and reduce stress. So for you, the listener, a really practical, crucial first step: turn off the email notifications.
All of them. Phone. Computer.
All of them. Desktop alerts, phone buzzes, the little red number badges. Just turn them off. It takes courage, especially at first. But the payoff for reducing that constant low-level anxiety, It's immense.
Go turn off notifications. That feels like something concrete anyone can try. Right, so we've covered the hidden costs, the impact, and the mindset shift, proactive control.
Right.
Yeah. Let's get really practical. The how. What actionable habits can people start putting in place, maybe even today? Even just one or two to begin with.
Absolutely. Let's dive into those practical strategies. First up, a simple framework for every email you open. The 3 Ds. Delete, delegate, do.
Delete, delegate, do.
Okay. So you open an email. Is it irrelevant? Spam, junk, something you just don't need. Delete it immediately. Don't let it sit there.
Okay. Delete. Got it.
Is it something someone else should handle? Or is better equipped to handle? Delegate it. Forward it on. Get it off your plate.
Delegate. Makes sense.
And finally, do. If it's actionable, something you need to respond to or act on, and it takes only a minute or two, just do it right then and there.
Do it right away if it's quick.
Yes. This is critical. The overarching principle here, the absolute key. Never leave an email sitting in your inbox once you've opened it. Make a decision. Delete, delegate, do, or maybe file it if it needs longer action, which we'll get to.
That do it right away for quick tasks.
Yeah.
Sounds so simple, but how many of us actually do that? I know I sometimes read something, think I'll reply later, mark it unread.
Exactly. It's a huge mental hurdle. It's about breaking that habit of deferral. That moment you first read it is the point of decision. Commit to one of the Ds.
Okay. Commit to the decision. Got it. What's next?
Next, organize with purpose. Use folders and filters effectively. Don't just let everything pile up in the inbox. Create structured folders, maybe an action items folder. This can become your email-related to-do list, separate from the main inbox flow.
So emails that need more than 2 minutes, go there.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And also set up an archive folder, but not just one giant archive. Use subfolders. Organize them by project, by person, by topic, whatever makes sense for you.
Why subfolders? Isn't search good enough these days?
Search is great, but when you need to find context or a thread of conversation, organized subfolders are often much faster and more reliable than wading through thousands of search results in one massive archive. And definitely avoid using your main inbox as your to-do list.
Right. You said that earlier. Why is that so bad again?
Because things get completely mixed up. Urgent tasks get buried by new, trivial messages. Priorities become impossible to see clearly, and every new email distracts you from the tasks already sitting there. Your inbox should be for incoming mail, like a physical mailbox, not your project management system.
Okay, inbox for incoming, action folder for tasks, archive for reference. Makes sense. What about filters?
Filters, or rules, are your best friend for automation. Set them up. You can create rules to automatically sort non-urgent stuff like newsletters maybe into a read later folder, or devote routine institutional messages into specific folders. This dramatically cuts down the clutter in your main inbox, making the high priority stuff stand out. It's like having a digital assistant presorting your mail.
Presorting. I like that. Takes the load off. Now, you mentioned archiving, not just deleting everything. Why is keeping some emails important?
Good question. While aggressive deletion of junk is crucial for reducing clutter, you don't want to delete everything. You often need that paper trail, right? Or hard evidence for work projects, agreements, etc. The issue isn't having stored emails. It's the unread, unprocessed ones clogging your inbox and your mind.
Okay, so archive generously, but keep the inbox clear.
Exactly. And for personal habits, you can even look at how organizations handle email retention. They often have policies like, trash deleted after 30 days, sent items after a year, main inbox emails moved to archive after 2 years, and maybe archived emails deleted after 7 years. That kind of timeline can be a useful guideline for thinking about how long you really need to keep things personally.
That's a helpful framework. Okay, what else? What about all those newsletters and marketing emails?
Yes. Habit number 3. Ruthless unsubscribing and filtering. First, identify what some people call gray mail.
Gray mail.
Yeah, it's not exactly spam, but it's unwanted. Newsletters you signed up for once, notifications you don't need anymore, they just contribute to the overload. Digital dust bunnies accumulating silently.
Got it. So what do we do about gray mail?
Be aggressive. Unsubscribe. If you haven't read the last 3 issues of that newsletter, just unsubscribe. Be honest with yourself.
Okay, hit unsubscribe liberally.
And if some senders just ignore those requests, or if there are specific people, frankly, whose emails you just find bothersome or unproductive, learn how to block them. Or create custom filters to send their messages straight to the trash or a specific folder, bypassing your main inbox entirely.
Take control, even if they won't let you unsubscribe easily.
Exactly. And another tip, consider creating a burner email account.
A burner account, like in spy movies.
Sort of. Use it specifically for signing up for online stores, loyalty programs, things that you know will likely generate promotional emails. It quarantines all that stuff immediately, keeps your main inbox cleaner.
Smart. Keep the junk separate from the start.
And there's also software designed for this. Tools that can help you unsubscribe from lists in bulk, set up auto-clean rules to automatically file or archive messages from certain senders, or even screen messages from unknown senders before they hit your inbox. Worth looking into if you're really buried.
Okay, so tools can help automate that cleanup. That sounds like a digital spring cleaning, which must feel pretty good.
It really can be liberating.
But what about the human side? How we interact? Email etiquette seems key here, both for sending and receiving, right? To make the whole system work better for everyone.
That's a crucial point. We're all part of this ecosystem. So, mastering email etiquette is vital. First, when you send email, minimize recipients. Think twice before hitting reply all or adding lots of people to the C line. Does everyone really need this? Every extra recipient multiplies the time wasted across the organization.
Good point. Less is more with recipients.
Second, limit the content of your replies. Aim for 1 to 3 sentences if possible, rarely more than 5. If a discussion gets complex or needs a lot of back and forth, suggest moving it to a collaborative document like a Google Doc or a quick call instead of creating those endless email chains.
Right. Use the right tool for the job. Email isn't always it.
And try to avoid those contentless replies, like just sending thanks. Unless acknowledgement is absolutely required, sometimes a like reaction feature, if available, is enough. It just adds to the noise otherwise.
Okay, keep it concise. What else?
Maximize clarity. Always use clear, concise subject lines. Make it obvious what the email is about and what's needed. Is it FYI? Action required? Decision needed? Put it in the subject. No more vague stuff like, quick question. Be specific. Action required. Project X, feedback needed by EOD Tuesday.
Helps the receiver prioritize instantly.
Exactly. And the interesting thing is, if you start adopting these etiquette standards yourself, even just individually, you can actually start to shape the email culture around you. It benefits everyone. It's a small act, but it ripples outwards.
Leading by example. Okay, that covers etiquette. Any final habit?
Final area. Utilize technology wisely to support these habits. We mentioned email management software, but don't overlook simpler things. Learn keyboard shortcuts for your email program.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
In Gmail, for instance, just hitting E archives an email, C composes a new one, hashtag deletes, things like that. They seem small, but they save huge amounts of time cumulatively when you're processing mail quickly.
Little efficiencies add up.
Absolutely. Also, make it a habit. If an email contains a date, a deadline, a meeting request, immediately add it to your calendar. Don't leave it sitting in your inbox as a reminder. That's what your calendar's for.
Right. Email is transport, calendar is storage.
Good way to put it. And finally, if someone emails you an interesting article or link you want to read later, don't let it clutter your inbox. Use a bookmarking tool or a read later service like Pocket or Instapaper. Send it there, out of your inbox. Treat your inbox like that post office, not a library or a storage unit.
Post office, not a library. I like that analogy. Okay, so implementing even just a few of these habits, delete, delegado, folders, filters, unsubscribing, etiquette, using tech shortcuts, it really sounds like you're building a system.
That's precisely it, a system.
And that system isn't just about organizing email, is it? It's about freeing up mental space, allowing for deeper focus, shifting from being reactive all the time to being proactive, and ultimately just reducing that daily grind, that stress.
Exactly. It's about building a predictable rhythm that serves you, transforming your inbox from what feels like a burden into just a tool you command.
So wrapping this up, what does this all really mean? We've taken quite a deep dive here, not just into the what of email habits, but the pretty profound why. From the psychological toll, the stress, the lost focus, all the way to these concrete, actionable strategies for finding some digital serenity.
I think the key lesson, the real takeaway here, is that the journey to less digital stress, to more control, it isn't about completely eliminating email. For most of us, that's not feasible. It's about consciously managing it.
Managing it, not letting it manage you.
Precisely. It's about that shift from being reactive to being proactive in how you process it. Using a combination of these smart habits, maybe some helpful tools, to make absolutely sure your inbox serves your productivity, your well-being, not the other way around. And importantly, you can build that trust with yourself. Trust that allows you to step away knowing you have a system in place that works. You don't need to be tethered 24/7.
Building that trust, knowing the system works. I think that's key for letting go of the constant checking anxiety. Okay, so here's a final thought for everyone listening. Imagine a workday, just picture it, where your inbox isn't a source of anxiety, where it's just a tool you command. A clean slate most of the time. What opportunities could you pursue with that extra focus? What meaningful work could you finally tackle? And maybe most importantly, how might that newfound peace of mind, that digital serenity we talked about, truly transform your daily life? That feels like something worth exploring.
Definitely something worth exploring.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep taking control.